السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كبرات تختاتلتنا نايلوم معلتي مرب حيزناكم قريبنا دلنا مس كبرات أحوات كاب أفريكان أستراليان women in action. نزعد منا أخبيرا قريبا دلوا بشومين بشومكم كمسكنا ندلي. First of all, I would like to start with Sister Halima. Welcome to our program in Jabartinet. I would like to you to introduce yourself. Please do so.
And my name is Halima Mohammed, and I am one of the co-founders of an African Australian Women in Action. We have been 5 women who started this project, 5 steering committee, and these ladies have been working hard to reach the stage we are in now, and the African Australian Women in Action is creating now. So I am so happy to join this program.
It's your turn, Sister Zainab. If you can introduce yourself, please do so.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أهلا وسهلا بالجميع. أولا أبدأ الشكر بجبرتي دوت نت and لإتاحتك لهذه الفرصة لنا و I'm going to reflect in English too. I'm Zainab Mahmoud from Eritrean community. I work with my friend Halima from Somalian community, and we are, like Halima said, we are 5 women came working with the city of Melbourne in a project called African Australian Women in Action. And this project is to empower African Australian women. So we are working in this project for the last 4 years, since 2015, and we are doing a lot of projects to just enhance and empower the African Australian women. And we will tell you in details later.
For sure. My first question would be for if you can have a little bit, like you started the background of this project or organization. How did the idea, if you can tell us the background of the organization and how did it start?
And really it started as a round table that have been bringing whole women together and having a platform that the women can talk, African women, and that become a group of women to come forward to take the responsibility to go ahead to create programs. Our aim and objective was to empower women through education. As you know, education is the only key that we can open every door. And if we empower women through education, we feel that will give a platform that they can exercise their skills, their knowledge, and they can employ themselves. And that, in that case, we have been together as these 5 women come together and created that platform. After a while, we decided to pass that in steering committee to give the African Australian Women in Action the power that we have been enjoying these last 4 years. And it was great to have all these women who come out, and through this project we empowered a lot of women. And Zainab will talk about how many courses we have been created through this project.
Thank you, Halima. Again, we are going to say the name again, African Australian Women in Action. African Australian Women in Action decided to empower women through education. So what we do is we seek for the service providers, and we look for the funders. Then we ask the women what kind of projects they want, what kind of services they need, what they want to do with their own life. So after consulting all the grassroots on the women, then we come up with to design what we need. So we design it from that consultation to do leadership courses, to do entrepreneur and financial literacy courses, and now we are doing a course of disability and individual support. So when we start doing the leadership course, we chose to do it with RMIT University because we believe that linking the women with department like RMIT University or any universities, that they can give them the encourage to do something they can build on. They can start with these certificates, they can start with small courses, and then this one, it can motivate them for a further study, or they can just go and seek work with this certificate. So the leadership courses we did in 2017, it was for how many women, Halima? I think 26?
25 women.
25 women. Yeah. They've been graduated, yeah. And also we did this graduation with RMIT, and all the women, they've been graduated formally from RMIT University. And the second project that we did is entrepreneur and financial literacy. Can you say something about that, though?
Yes, the financial entrepreneur and financial literacy is one of the important things, that because we know our women are business-minded women, and most of them, as you see this area that we are in now, they are doing a lot of shops and they are selling lots of products, but that needs to have, you know, the basic education which they can continue and they can sustain their businesses. And that was one of the things that we are empowering a woman. Most of the women who graduated that course were the business owners.
Right now,
yeah, and
yes, the one that we have been done. There was lots
some
of women.
Them,
some of them, yes,
yeah,
some of them they were in shop owners or business owners or business-minded people. So, and we know that if we improve our economy, if we improve our understanding of how we can make the business, that creates a platform that the women can get a job through that way. And that entrepreneur course was helped a lot, and we find it very easy, and women were very comfortable. And the way that we give was not to go to university, but they have their own cocoon, and the place that we were running was our own center, or in Melbourne City
doesn't
Council.
have to be in the building of the RMIT,
in
but
RMIT.
they can be easy
for them to understand
accessible,
to accessible, and to understand that it is
good.
not it's not very hard, it is not challenging, and they are very comfortable. They were very comfortable, and they learned a lot, and we are expecting to do more about that.
The idea of doing entrepreneur and financial literacy, because a lot of women from African Australian background, they love to have their own business. They are really good on it, because as you see in Footscray,
and this is, we will come into
Sydney
that
Road,
question.
Yeah.
And how did you find a link between what you did and how it's going to help this woman we interviewed earlier? So how the experience will help them from your experience.
Yeah, so it is the same idea, because when we did the entrepreneur and financial literacy, we intended that to those women to have an idea how the business can be run in Australia. It's not like back home that there is a lot of differences between back home running a business or here. Here you have a lot of complication. You have to deal with a lot of departments like taxation, like insurance, public liabilities, like councils. So everybody have a business in your business here. So you have to understand the dynamic of the business in Australia. So after we advise the women or women go and take some study about business management, entrepreneurial, financial literacy, then they can decide they help them to decide to do the business or not. So myself, I was in a business, so I didn't go through all, I didn't have that time business management or I didn't be entrepreneur and financial literacy. There is a lot of complication I faced and a lot of challenge I faced in my business myself. So I advise women not to go
take that
through the
courses.
same experience. So if you go and have some ideas how the business can be run here in Australia, it will ease the job for you. Your job will be sustainable, and you can do a lot better than not knowing anything.
Okay.
So this is
our
advice to them.
Yeah. So if we come to the question, this is maybe it will link. How do you think you can empower the African Australian women?
We can empower through education, as we said before, and it's very important to have, different fields, different skills, not one part of to learn just one part and forget the other side. Because when you have multiple skills, you can, when you start one, you can go the other one. So our aim is not to stop there, just to find the way. And most of the courses, we don't decide ourselves. We call them, we discuss what they need to do, and that's where we can give the power to them. Whatever they feel they can learn, that's what we search and knock the doors and provide them. And the city of Melbourne and RMIT was really connected through that, and we were passing what we need to them. And we are expecting to get more women to come out and say we need other different courses that can sustain their life, or if it is business, or if it is in professional skills, that they can go ahead and they can create their own place to run, whether it's organization or in service provider, to become service provider, or to become business. It's open for them. This door is open for every single woman. It's not of ages, it has young and old. They are welcomed, and we are expecting more women to come out. We don't want to empower women through barbecue or through coming together and gathering only. We wanted to empower them through education, and that will help us as a woman to become strong enough.
Yeah, maybe you can find some people that can say to you, we did a lot of courses and we have a lot of certificates, but we are not looking, we don't have a job. So
how are you solving that problem?
Yeah, that's why when you consult the women, what kind of courses do you think that can lead you to the employment? So leadership, they can give them the courage to step out. They give them the courage, and they realize how powerful themselves are, and they can go and start any job they can do. The entrepreneur financial literacy, they give them the confidence to run the business, and they give them the good information to be sustainable. Now we are running a course called Disability and Individual Support, and we believe this business is booming this time, and those women, they need these certificates to have this certificate. So the business, the disability and individual support, they lead them to work. Either they work with organizations or health departments or nursing homes, or they can do their own business and run it as a business, as a service providers. So we believe the courses they choose, because it comes from them, it helps them. And also when we say we help them, we just ask the funders to fund the project, and what we do, all that we do is we seek the self-providers, and we seek like RMIT or any organizations, and the money straight away go from the funder to the self-provider. So we don't have any money in our hand. And
you don't handle any
no, we
financial
don't handle
responsibility.
the money, and
Okay.
really we save a lot of time for ourselves because we don't have to report it back, don't have to hold receipts and anything. All we do is just we tell our women, all of us, like Eritrean, Sudanese, Somalian, Ethiopian, whoever to come to us, they tell their grassroots, they recruit the women, and then those women, they been linked to the service providers and the beneficiaries from that services.
What I believe is this program opened a big door for the women, because what they find out is if everyone can do, they can do. And we got a lot of women now coming out and reaching us, asking what we have next, what we're gonna do, and all this. So what we are expecting is we are telling or we are advertising this project to women who are not still find out through this program, and say to come to us and see the availability of the courses that we can provide for them and we can help them. It is not only to give the platform that they can exercise or they can skill themselves, but at the same time what we are intending is to reach a way that we can find, when you finish, do not stop there, find the proper job, how you can find that.
I mean, with your, if I understand you very well, you're connecting with a leader, from communities, where you can reach the community as entitled, or as it is individual, they are coming, this woman, to you.
And really what we do is all the women who are now coming together with the AAWIA, with East African Australian Women in Action, they come from the grassroots.
Yeah,
and they are the leaders.
They are the leaders.
And
yeah,
they
just
come
to make
back.
it clear.
Whatever we decide together, it goes straightforward the next day to the grassroots.
The grassroots.
As you know, most of our times, we build a projects, but the basic thing is if you don't start with the grassroots, you cannot reach where you want.
Exactly.
Because the grassroots is the one that is fulfilling every project that you brought them, and that's where you can build you empower your women. It is not just the upper level who can do that job, but even those who cannot will come up and they can reach certain level and they can join with the group.
Which this is what I like about AAWIA.
Reflecting to the same question.
Yeah.
Is are we individuals came together, or we are reaching the
leaders?
The leaders.
Yeah.
Ourselves, our leaders came together because the idea of empowering women with the city of Melbourne from the first start, it was recruiting the leaders that they work with grassroots. So at that time, I was the Eritrean chairperson, and Halima, she's the Somalian. She has two organizations running, and she is the leader of Somalian community. And we have another young lady. She's so yes, Deqa Tahlil. She's so committed to this, and she is also from the Somalian Women Association. And we got a lot of women. They've been with us, like Sakina from the Sudanese, and we have Emily. She's the leader from Tigray associations, and now we recruit also a lot of women. They are leaders in their communities, such as you, Najwa. You are one of us now, Najwa, by the way. You are one of us, but you didn't introduce yourself like that. And we have Sophia Izaz also. We have Salma. We have Marwa from Somalian community. We have Obha from Somalian community. We have now recently been recruited Lemia from Sudanese community, Tamadur from Sudanese community, Sheima from Sudanese community, Sheza, Rawia also from Sudanese community, and we have Nawal, and we have Intisar, we have many women. They came to us, and all this, I think, their communities, they know them as
As a leader.
leaders. So all the women with us, and I hope not forgot anyone. So we have Tsegga, she's young from Tigray community also, and we have a lot of youngs. They are coming to us now. So
Which it brings it
We
the
have also
multicultural.
Agartu,
I
she's
like the
not now
multicultural.
here.
Sorry.
Yeah. Agartu, she used to work with us.
She's very fantastic.
Yeah.
She's Oromo community,
Yeah.
but she's fantastic and she's doing great.
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
we are expecting this woman is to take all this idea, all these trainings,
To empower.
back to the community,
The
and
grassroots,
that
yeah.
way we can have a solid base that our woman, a runway, our woman can take off their
Yeah.
plane. And
Yeah, that's
action.
this is
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
action. I like that action.
Absolutely,
Just coming back, which is what this episode we want to the advice, the energy that you have got in AAWIA. How would you think this woman can connect to you, or how do you advise them from the shops they are running? And there are a couple of questions they are having. How do you support whatever the parking, the issue that they are challenged where they're asking for help? What can you advise them, and how can they link it to your organization?
Our organization is empowering women. The basic thing is if you are empowered, you know where you can go or whom you can deal. But when you don't have any idea about the regulations, about what's happening and how you can defend yourself, that's where you cannot able to do something. But what we are giving is the power that they can understand their rights and regulations of the country, and they can grasp what is useful for them. The other thing is whenever we are open for everyone who says we have this problem, and if we as an organization can do that or can support that, we will stand and we will knock the doors.
And also, there is, if you got the information, if you got the knowledge, then you can deal with the problem. So you can't solve a problem if you don't know how to solve it. To do that as a business, now we're talking about the business, as a business owners, you have to have an idea about how the business is run and how your business can grow. This you can do it with taking small courses, or you connect yourself with some experts, and we really help the women by doing that course. They knew some of them when they attend the entrepreneur and financial literacy, they said this is very complicated, and step back. They said no, we are not going to do the business. Some of them they encouraged, they go forward, and they did. So our advice to all the women, they want to do the business, first go and see how the business run here in Australia. This is one. But there is a lot of challenge for sure. It is in the market, but we don't have that technique how to do for them, how to solve their problem of parking or something like that. But we can link the women with the service
can
providers. They can
That would be
help them.
fantastic. I
Yeah,
think.
Yes.
our work is linking the community, because we are engaging the community with the main community. So just tell them where to go, how to fight, how to advertise.
I think this is
and
a
that.
good
Yeah.
start from where to go and how to go and what to do. This is a
Yeah.
good information they can get from
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
guys.
But
If you have platform that you can talk together,
Mm.
you can reach where your goals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you have because
have a
when
voice.
yes,
To
when
have
you
a
have
voice.
voice
Mm.
to pass to the community. But if you don't know each other, or you don't come together, or you don't study together, you never reach where you want. So that's that platform. The way that we are working is to build up
Exactly.
that way.
Exactly.
to
And
bring them
especially
together.
the mainstream, or as a government, they think when you said African, they think we are in one basket. how do you feel like they want to treat Africa as a one country?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah, for
absolutely, for sure.
For
Africa
sure.
is
This
a
is
nation, is a
nations,
continent.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Africa
do
is
you
a
find that
continent.
is very
it is
common?
very challenging. It's
Challenging.
very challenging. It is Africa is a continent, and that
not a
continent
country.
has
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
country,
Yeah.
and that continent needs.
But you
have
find that
different cultures.
deal, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
have different cultures, different languages, different faith, different. It's all this. Just what we are not different much is the color. But you cannot put in a basket,
Yeah,
and
us.
they cannot be same because they different levels. Even though they are together, at the same time we are different levels. Some people they need lots of efforts to put on. Some are already have established
Exactly.
and they are good situation and they are good level. So we wanted to. We are African, and we are proud Africans, and we are so happy to be African.
Yeah, the education
But
can
the education, what we want is to bring those who have already basic education to go